What's up, guys? So today I wanted to walk you through my melody making process, how I lay down melodies to help you guys understand, how to build better melodies and stuff. So let's, cut the talk, let's get right into it. But first, I wanted to start off by laying down my chords, just so I have like a general idea of where everything else can fall in. So I like to start off with these pads, so I just kind of scroll through, see what sounds good. How I really start my chords off is I just, whatever key I want to be in. Right now I just like to start off in D sharp minor because it's just the easiest key for me, honestly, to think about. And so this is our one chord right here, and then from there I want to go up again, so I'm thinking let's just do like that. And then I hear it wants to move down. I feel like if we move up we're gonna get too high, and I want to keep this the 7th and then just move everything else down. And when I'm moving, I want to move just like, half step, whole step, whatever. So like right there, it's a half step, whole step, half step, whole step. You know what I mean? Just moving like little bit. So I like D minor actually, so I think I'm gonna stay there for the rest of this melody. So we lay down our chords right here, and I just kind of like to keep my chords nice and simple. Don't have too much to go to them, because then I can kind of bring them in and take them out without too much being missing, if that makes sense. So from here, I'm kind of hearing like a lead, I think. Cool little guitar sound, and I was messing around with these presets, and so here's the sound that I found. So yeah, let's record it in, let's lay it down. I really like this melody. I feel like it has that nice little syncopation that you're kind of looking for. I'm gonna preview some of these presets I'm gonna find. So let me see, it's 548 in there, so I'm gonna be spending a little bit of time just going through these and then see if I can't cook up a couple keys with some halftime or some reverse on them to add some texture. I was messing around in Trifecta for a little bit, and I found these keys and I put them in reverse. So here's what they sound like. I was messing around with some of this FX right here. Cut off some filter, added some resonance, added some drive onto that. I tweaked the delay a little bit. Just kind of get this like ghostly sort of sound type. So, and what I did was I copied, pasted in these chords into here. I took out the thirds of everything, and then I had them hit on the last half of the measure rather than be consistent, just to kind of add that like push into the next measure. You know what I mean? Because as it's reversing, so then it's kind of ramping up into the next measure. So this is what it sounds like. This one was supposed to be a C sharp, but I brought it down to an A sharp just because it felt like there's no motion. You're just getting that half step down there, and so it just felt like there's no motion between the two. So I'm just gonna go mix it. So let's bring you with to see how I mix this. So we got all these. We got my melody bus, and usually what I like to do is, because I like to send out loop sample packs, is I have a dry channel. So I like to route all these to the dry channel first. So these are my instruments, and then we get the dry channel, route that then to my melody bus, and then I could kind of mix a little bit more. Let's start with these chords. So first off, I want to get my EQ going. Boom, boom, boom. I like to get a nice high pass filter here, going crazy. And so right now what's really standing out to me is this low end. It's very like airy, so I want to kind of roll some of that off. So I'm going to use this there. And this high end is crazy. There's not a lot of actual information. There's a lot of like that resonance, some of that drive going on. It just sounds like shit to me. So when I take this down, I'm kind of taking out some of that harshness, So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna hit this so that I can find where my like dominant frequency is or whatever, that band. So like right there is really where it pops. So I'm gonna leave that there, and then I think I wanna take out some of this high end because it's really like distorted. Right there. It's just like a lot of ringing right there, so I kind of dip out, what, like 2 decibels out of that. It really helps. It just kind of reels it back in my opinion. So cool. With that, so this is gonna be my EQ for the first one. I'm gonna leave this up here so that I can mess around with some frequency masking things on the next couple ones. Let's get this EQ going right there. So when I have a bunch of melodies parts, I like to take out some stuff for frequency masking. So that means taking those dominant frequencies and then just dipping out about a decibel of them in all of your other sounds so that you're letting that frequency band shine in where you want it to. So right now I just muted that dip because it's on the, you know, the chords. But then I'm just going to be able to copy and paste this and then unmute it as I need to. So now we got this going. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. It's kind of loud. And so now I'm going to introduce my guitar sound. And I'm just going to kind of level it up until it kind of fits and sits there. So there it is. And then from there we just rinse and repeat. You just make sure you have that high pass going in, because then it's going into a compressor on my melody bus, and you don't want all that low end information in there, because then it's going to compress that low end that you're not even hearing, and then it's going to dip out stuff from the high end that you actually do hear because of all that extra information that you're sending to the compressor that you're not actually going to end up here. So just make sure you cut before you compress. The thing I want to add just a touch of compression onto this. I know I technically say that it's dry, but I really don't care what's actually dry and what's not. I'm not adding a bunch of crazy effects onto it. So I just want to touch a compression on this just because you can hear it's like starting strong and then it's kind of like with the LFO kind of reeling it back a little bit, and I just kind of want it to sit at an even volume throughout, kind of. Alright, so now that I got all that done, I'm just going to copy over this EQ and then unmute it. So all you got to do is just save preset as, drag and drop where you want it to go. Boom. Save preset as, drag and drop. Yeah, I can tell already these sit way better with each other. Whoops. Yeah, I could definitely hear that difference. Everything just like is clearer with each other, but they all sit next to each other still. So finally, just gonna go on my melody bus. I like to use this virtual mix rack. It's pretty much just everything. I got an EQ. This is a compressor that just really adds color. Regular compressor. I like this high lift. It just kind of brightens up my high end. And I got a saturator on it. So nice and simple, but I really like how this makes it sound. So first we start off with my low end little boost. Sometimes I like to find stuff at the low end to kind of make it accented. And this is going to be my high end. I was just a little harsh, so I wanted to pull it back a little bit. And now I'm going to go on my compressor side. I like to look over here where it's at. Maybe about 14 would be good. It's up the attack, up my ratio, and then bring it up just a little bit, I think. Yeah, I like that. And then I just do my last little EQ checks. I just want to, see if there's any wide bands that are going crazy. Anything I could tame down just to let everything sit together. Anything I can bring out to make it accented. So I just kind of look and sweep and listen. over here, and then I'll be done. And yeah, that's really all I like to do with my melodies. So just to give you guys a quick rundown, I like to start off laying down my pad or my chords just so I get a basic idea of what I want it to sound like, and then some sort of pluck and some sort of actual melody line on top of that. And then from there, I like to see if there's any accents or maybe like a counter melody, something simple like a piano to hit the roots or whatever. Just a little accent to give it life and breath. And then why I really like to make like more complicated melodies is because then over the beat you can strip away parts of the melody, start off with just the chords, start off with just the guitar or whatever, and then sort of build and build and build and give the listener a sense of like the beat is going somewhere, rather than like, oh, okay, cool, I just got this cool one piano melody line that's going to be 4-bar loop for the whole beat. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I hope it helped. And just so you know, I have melody loops I drop every other week, 10 crazy fire melody loops just like this. Go download it. I'll leave a link for that in the description for you guys. But yeah, it drops every other week. I'll drop on my Instagram, let you guys know when it drops. I try and drop it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe if I'm feeling, if I'm busy over the weekend, Friday if I really got it together. So just be on the lookout for that, y'all. It's going to be dropping this weekend coming up. And I got, like 3, 4 already that are live, completely free to download. So go check that out if you guys need some melodies. And yeah, see y'all around. Thank you.